going to be able to move around the map?
I think it's still a bit difficult to tell right now because actually Mystic Burden's pick, it's not too bad themselves. So yeah, having Angela and Johnson, it is good, but Angela has to be quite careful with her ult when Johnson is on his ult, because we do know there are still some bugs with Angela at this moment.
Right,
so,
hopefully you won't see that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
A Bruno pick? I mean, he's
hovered. Not yet. We have to wait and see. Let's talk about the ones that are picked so far. Let's go back to Mystic Burden. Chow, Grok, Lancelot. What do you guys think about that?
Strong, solid lineup. This is going back to the sort of qualifier era where it was there. I do like the Bruno adaptation. The armor shred can be potentially good as well for them. So that's going to be good for them. As we want to see how they're going to round this up for them.
Okay, but back to MYA. Bruno was picked with Saber. Saber again. Would you call Saber would be mobile, right?
Yeah, Saber is pretty mobile.
So I think MYA is definitely going for that mobile kind of team composition. Would you say?
They are dealing quite good damage actually. I mean, coming from Saber, I'm hoping to have a better Saber this time around, knowing what he's doing.
Yep.
And you gotta pick off.
The response of Carrie and Rafaela coming in really does help Mystic Burden come into quite a wide-ranging composition. We're seeing a lot of Angela play come through. Initially, it was just locked out to the Singaporean teams that were picking it, but Angela now is coming over to the Malaysian side as well. I like to see that adaptation coming in for there. I wonder how they will round it up in the last 5 seconds here.
What do you guys think about the crowd control of Team Mystic Burden?
They're still gonna go with the launcher pick. Karina!
Yes. Alright, much better. Karina pick that's there. I think there's a lot of potential CC coming out from Mystic Burden's side. And one thing to note that in the previous game, MYA did not have a single Petrify. And Grok did have a Petrify, which helped lock down multiple mobile members of the team that's there. Both of the drops seem really certain, but my prediction is still going to go towards MYA this time around. Okay. I feel this time they're a lot more solid.
Right, and this time around not having the Fanny around, do you think that's going to make it harder or easier for them?
I think it's gonna be better for MYA to not have. I mean, looking at their lineup, they do have a lot of heroes that can actually deal damage and get kills early game as compared to the last lineup. So
the early game favor can swing towards them if executed well.
Right. Okay. I think there's something we all want to know. As of now, we know that you're supporting MYA. We know that you're supporting Mystic Burden. Okay, Mystic
I'll
Burden.
go with Mystic
We're into
Burden.
the game, so I'm gonna say mine as well. I think that Mystic Burden is gonna take this one too. I think it's gonna be a 2-0. From me, I'm gonna pass it to Pseudo and Peach.
All right.
Thank you, Faraz.
Bye.
Peach, take us in with the introduction.
And here we have for the blue side, which is Mystic Burden and MYA on the red side. They're still being very aggressive on the middle lane. I find that very interesting because you don't get to see a lot of teams that will actually go in straight head on mid lane, trying to secure first blood. And of course, they're gonna go and try to steal the valves right now. The big disadvantage for Mystic Burden. We all know how important the buff is for Lancelot. Heroes like Lancelot, Fanny, Hayabusa. I mean, look at Karina. I mean, bottom lane, they are still just pretty much moving around at this point. Angela being solo. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting game. It looks like it's gonna be a 3-1-1 gameplay. Bruno going against Carrie. Finally, for once, we get to see a marksman going against a marksman. Not like the usual games that we have. Probably a Harley or Kagura being mid. So, bottom lane, they're trying to push in through, trying to get a kill from Johnson, Karina, but they're not going to get anything this time around. Lancelot is doing pretty fine at this moment, even though he's being pressured a lot by Saber and Angela. I think that's quite a good combo. And they're going to take down Johnson first blood. Zorn at the brink of death. Oh my god.
Well, it's going to be a 2-1 lead now for Mystic Burden. They do find the Retribution kill in the end, and that will take them a little bit ahead. The turtle has spawned, and this is that 2-minute mark now for them as the pressure mounts. Mystic Burden getting the early lead means the goal is also swinging into their favor.
Okay, I like, I'm reading the comments, and thank you so much, Bantio, for keeping the positive energy, positive vibes in the chat.
As we go back into game here, we see that Mystic Burden has started on the turtle already. Lancelot finding lots of difficulty back up top. Will this be the end? Will be able to dash away using that one final skill. We're going to see the King's Disc is here trying to go in for the potential steal. Will it be enough? No, it will not. Grok secures turtle away, and Mystic Burden gets that one. Angela is on Johnson at this point and will be going out. Zor tries to come in the end. Angela will dissuade them away. But with that, the goal lead now balloons to 700 ahead. Mystic Burden seems like a mirror of what happened in the first game. They got that few early advantages and it just began to snowball it out of control. Can MYA mount a good enough defense and to stabilize the game?
I think so long as MYA, they're able to keep up the momentum. You know, they did very well early game, even in the first game. So unfortunately, they weren't able to keep up to that momentum. Hope this time around they are for her to do.
It really is coming out to really good execution by Mystic Burden here. They are able to find the individual targets they're looking for. We are seeing that MYA this time around, are able to better link it up. But the wall that was thrown out was really good coming up by Grok, stopping off the path. Johnson as well could not make it there in time, which means he paid for it with his life. 4-1 now with a 2,000 goal lead, quite securely into their favor. Mystic Burden is taking this game and beginning to run away with it as well. It needs to be very cautious as they move up to the front here. Zon trying to set up for the next kill already as multiple members will move forward. They do find the kick back in the end. Triple win will come through. Lancelot gets one kill and looks like Angela will be the next victim to fall. Will it be the case? The juke does come out. Carrie gets the final kill and the turret aggro juggling will be good. Johnson comes in. Karina gets that one kill in the end. That is a double kill for her. So here we have MYA fighting back as best as they can. Responding in the bottom lane, Mystic Burden already taking out the next tower as MYA will get their own tower back up top.
Well, it's a good trade, I guess. And then I'm guessing Karina is just gonna go for the turtle kill. It should be easy for her with Johnson protecting and guiding her. While Grok is gonna go, they are gonna try to steal the turtle right now.
It potentially can come through. Will it be enough? The dust gets stolen away. Mystic Burden secures the second turtle as well. 4 versus 5 now as Lancelot makes an appearance. That's everybody that's here. Solos is under target, does get removed. Angela will still not be enough to keep him alive. Kings is now under.
That's a good move from Mystic Burden actually, since they committed really deep into their jungle, their base of MYA. It's also a good strat to actually take off all their jungles so that you kind of push MYA.
You can't return.
Yeah.
You can't get the gold, you can't get the experience back, and you are further behind. So this is mounting to be a little bit more difficult for them. The goal lead now is growing in the favor of Mystic Burden. It is now over 3,000 and still going out there. They need one good team fight to be able to balance it off. Looking at Saber, we have lots and lots of daggers being bought for additional damage that's there.
Well, I mean, Mystic Burden at this point, if I'm with them, I want to push MYA to the point of desperation. And judging by their items already right now, I mean, looking at the gold lead and everything, it's still not too bad. It's still...
Solo's being caught out here. Angela is on, but will not be enough. Completely left alone by the side. This looks like we'll be able to survive still in the end. Zon now going to be knocking everybody out with Jigundo, but not going to be quite enough. Carrie gets a killing spree. Chow gets a kill onto Karina as well. So many members are so low, but not quite enough. Double kill comes through. Will Bruno be able to wipe it away? It will not. And Johnson is the only one left alive as all 5 members of Mystic Burden survive.
Wow, this
What
is so...
a impressive team fight. And they start up Lord. Nobody's going to come close to contesting this. Johnson doesn't have lanes to be pushing out as well. He's pretty much just stuck there.
Oh, Karina can't do much, you know, her items are not there. I mean, as compared to Lancelot, he would be able to deliver so much more damage, and with a lifesteal, things are just not looking great for MYA right now. It feels like Mystic Burden is already pushing MYA to a point of desperation where it's good enough to push out more and more mistakes by MYA, and Mystic Burden is not wasting any time at all. I think they're just gonna dive in straight. They're gonna win the game. They just won the victory.
It definitely is on the path of victory with Lord charging down the mid lane that's there. The waves are also pushing into their favor, so that's 13 to 4 kills. That's a 9-kill lead with 8,000. Ahead. That's 8,000 in 8 minutes is already very significant. Oh, Zon getting hit by the power that's there. Will get chucked down a little bit lower. Need to be cautious about this, as the Lord will get taken down. The bottom lane is primed for the next taking, should they wish to do that, and Zon is the man on the job, but Karina is already there to be responding for it. Back up top, it looks like they want to be going for the next tower. The wall does get thrown down, hopefully dissuading MYA from going there, and it is working. Top turret does get taken. Lancelot now joins the bottom side as well as he gets revealed there.
Well,
MYA needs a amount of good defense.
Yeah, Bruno, there was nothing that he could do. And Johnson comes in. Are they going to turn this fight around? Bruno manages. Oh my god, Bruno, that was so close. They managed to bring down Lancelot. I like how Mystic Burden is constantly keeping the creep wave at a very, very healthy pace. You know, every time they finish a group fight, a team fight, they can just move on to the next lane.
Well, that is how you mount the defense.
Yeah.
That's there, and that's also how you mount an attack by Mystic Burden. Forcing MYA to constantly creep wave means that they are scattered, they're not ready for the team fights that's there, or if they devote too much attention into one particular lane, it will mean that it will get taken away. With that in mind, we also are seeing that Bruno does become a beast towards the later stages of the game, and all that gold being piled on there is helping that out. So we are going to see that critical strikes now being added on to Bruno, so hoping for RNG to win it through in the end. We're also going to see that more armor is being added on. Angela is being tanky on that side because she isn't really popping into majority of the players, which is interesting because every time she goes into a player, their armor doesn't mean anything.
Well, most of the time it's just survivability. If there is only so much of time that Angela is in another body.
Yep.
So once she gets out, if she gets targeted, it's gonna be tough for the team fight. And her healing isn't as much, but it definitely helps. And of course, her strength, that is quite crucial in terms of catching heroes that you want to bring down. So just look at Carry at this moment. Kuja, his items are well as compared to Bruno. He's still struggling quite a bit. It's a 3,000 gold difference. That means a lot.
It's huge.
Yeah.
3,000 individually is already very, very far ahead. That's a full item in most cases. It looks like they will be able to bring down the tower very, very easily. Absolutely contention whatsoever there. That is the bottom that's gone. The mid that is gone. All that is left is the top section of it. And with 20 seconds left, Lord is the one that everybody is looking for.
They will definitely go for it. Grog is just gonna put up a very nice security system right there, providing vision and safety for the team, his team, which is gonna... I mean, Carry can just melt down at any time. Oh, why did you not finish up your job, Lancelot? That was an easy kill for you.
I think just want to overextend. I potentially lose Lord as well. That would have been a bad move if it had gotten punished. Lord has already been started. We see Johnson in the car, traversing down. Will it be enough? Does find Lancelot in the end there, but nobody was with him in the car.
What's happening?
The wall does get taken. Lancelot is stuck, but the base is already under some form of attack. This is not looking good overall as the waves are crashing in. Lord is going to be at mid lane. That's there, and
Bruno tried.
this is the end. I don't think so. The defense can even come through.
Bruno tried to steal the Lord, but sadly it just wasn't enough. He wasn't dealing enough damage against Brock. And they're gonna bring down the throne, and the victory goes to Mystic Burden. Good game, well played. I mean, Mystic Burden has impressed me so much. I'm very shocked of their performance today.
Mystic Burden definitely played very solid games this time around, and it paid off significantly for them there as well. Here we see Hangos 2-0-12, the on Rafaela, not dying at all. Grok as well, 2-0-9, not having any deaths. That's there. This will change things up in the top KDA standings because both of the MYA players did not perform all that well. I wonder how that will change. We'll find out more of it tomorrow. But congratulations once again to Mystic Burden for showing us what it takes to bring down MYA 2-0.
Yep.
Now, we are waiting on the players to, to rearrange themselves out there because we're going to get another interview. For us, what do they have to say?
Alright, thank you so much, our casters. I'm here with Nenas from our winning team, Mystic Burden. Now, Nenas, being one of the best thieves I've known, you actually managed to steal the turtle as the Grok. How do you feel about that win, 2-0 going up against MYA?
Kita orang tak expect yang kita boleh menang. Dan kita orang just fokus pada kita punya objectives dan kita buat yang terbaik.
Alright, thank you so much, Nenas. Once again, 2-0 for Mystic Burden. Congratulations. And back to our casters.
Thanks for us. We saw that in the back out there. That's lovely. I mean, showing that the teams here, are feeling good, especially after the victory there. Really big kudos going on to Mystic Burden for being able to show it off. It does mean that in that middle section of the table, so everybody had the equal 6 wins out of 12 games. They are ahead 2 games that's there, so they should be quite happy with their performance that's there, and we are happy as well. We got to see these games. There were a lot of Lancelots today.
Yes,
which
and
was
Angela.
fantastic.
Well, but I kind of like how, Mystic Burden, knowing that they're going against one of the strongest team in Malaysia, they didn't back down, but instead, they showed to us that, hey,
solid gameplay, really good control. There was a lot of crowd control as well that was working for their favor, that helped it out.
Yep, definitely. So really liking Mystic Burden's performance. I mean, they did shock me a couple of weeks ago. Impressive. I hope they continue
to be more consistent. I think if they can deliver at this consistent level, we're looking at definitely the Malaysian scene growing in terms of competitiveness, in terms of not everybody is just going to be up there. We also did see that Team Sayan has lost 1 as well.
Yes, exactly.
So as we build up to that final week, which is going to be next week, we'll be seeing a lot more action games. I think people are going to be showing their passion, their growth, whatever they've been learning throughout that's there. Here we have the highlights of game number 2.
And we can see that Lancelot is putting a lot of pressure in this game, and he definitely, he picked the right people to take off. Taking off Saber was really crucial. And over here we can see that Mystic Burden in this game was very impressive in terms of making the right decision at the right time. At this tower dive, I don't know, what do you think? Was it worth it just to take Angela out, but Johnson just found them in the end and taking out
I think it was worth it for them to be going and removing Angela. You just don't want her to get fed as well.
Yeah,
to be doing it, and they could not expect Johnson to be coming in from there, so it was pretty devastating. Now we do see that in the chat everybody's crying my 1,000 coins that they have put onto it. We were quite equally shocked as well. None of us here predicted a 2-0 victory specifically for Mystic Burden, but we did talk about a little bit earlier that Mystic Burden does have the potential to upset, and that's what it happened right here. We did see multiple members carry as well. You had Hangos, you had Nanas, you also had other players like Kuja who did really well within the game.
But we can also see the turtle fights and everything. When it comes to Lord, Mystic Burden really made it a clear point that, we are going to take the Lord, but we are still going to engage in the fight. But at the same time, we're not going to let Lord go back and regen.
That is right. It was really good objective juggling control, making sure that it doesn't reset. It's over there. Here we do see that, unfortunately, the quiet escape of Facebook away from it, that was the saving grace that was going on. Another big congratulations to Mystic to prove themselves time and time again. So we're going to see here, this is their final Lord take, where you see, Hangos go off at it. This is one of the damage carries, just chasing away a tank.
Yep.
Normally that should not be the case, but look at how far the team is ahead and the confidence that's being done.
Yep.
That does happen. So it's good to make sure that Johnson was completely removed away, so that the steal could not have come through in the end.
I mean, Bruno did try to steal it, but
Indeed.
Grog did a really great job in the end, which also secured them the Lord and of course the victory. Fantastic.
Hey, I'm
Yep.
back. Just
Yep.
randomly disappeared and appeared back onto my seat. But as we were watching the highlights, Mystic Burden was passing behind the camera, and they were
Yeah.
all so happy. They were like, "Hey, we won! Yeah!" You didn't know that. They were looking at you, by the way. They were like, "Yeah, we heard you, bro, but we won. So what are you gonna do, man?" But I want to mention the fact that I did change to Mystic Burden towards the end. If you notice, yeah, you guys remember, right? I did. Come on, I said it, Peach. What is that? I did. Come on, let me know in the comments.
I'm disagreeing.
Yeah, I knew, because after watching the first game, they really proved that they can do this. And
Yeah.
2-0 again. I know you guys didn't expect MY to lose for both games.
Yeah.
You said it's gonna be.
I expected it to be a little bit closer in terms of the execution of it, but the game really seemed to run away
Exactly.
from them.
And I want to mention this again when I was doing the interview with Nenas, because he spoke in Bahasa Melayu, so I'm going to tell you guys if you don't know what it meant. He said that we tried to focus on communication and objective and then just try to win the game. So I think that's what they did. Yeah, it definitely worked out for them, focusing. It's different, whereas Falcon 7 going up against Equalizer earlier in the day, 2-0, they focused more on team fights.
First, then objectives.
Yeah, but this time around was more objectives, and it works both ways. It depends on who you're going up against and how you manage to execute that. So that's what I learned today. I don't know, how are you guys gonna wrap this up?
Well, I think MYA they are still good. It's just that probably there was a communication breakdown.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't as solid as